Imagine you wake up and find out your country just defaulted. The government stops paying its bills. Your social security check? It's not coming. The road construction outside? The workers just walked off. The global stock market? It just wiped out your retirement fund in 40 minutes. We're told the US is $39 trillion in debt. We're told Japan owes twice what its entire economy is worth. Every time we look at the news, the number is higher. It feels like a ticking time bomb. But here's the part that keeps people up at night. If every country on Earth is broke and drowning in debt, who exactly are they borrowing from? Is there some secret bank on Mars? Or is the entire global economy just one giant trillion-dollar illusion? Today we're going deep into the debt trap to find out who really owns the world. First, let's clear up a massive misconception. National debt isn't like your credit card debt. When you max out a card, the bank comes for your car. But when a country needs money, it doesn't just go to a teller, it issues a bond. Think of a government bond as a formal, high-level IOU. The government says, give me $1,000 today and I'll pay you back the $100 in 10 years. People buy these because historically countries like the US or Germany are too big to fail. They are seen as the safest piggy banks in the world. So the debt isn't a mistake, it's a product. The government is selling safety. So who is buying these IOUs? This is where the simple meets the deep. There are three main groups. Group 1, your neighbors. You might think China owns the US, but the biggest chunk of debt is actually held domestically. It's held by your own pension funds, your banks, and even individual citizens who buy savings bonds. When you pay into Social Security, the government takes that cash and replaces it with, you guessed it, a bond. They are essentially borrowing from your future to pay for today. Group 2, the world. This is what we see in the headlines. Other countries like Japan, China, and the UK buy these bonds to keep their own currencies stable and to have a safe place to park their cash. It's like a giant web of financial trust. Group 3, the ghost in the machine. This is the deepest part. Sometimes the government borrows from itself. The Federal Reserve can essentially create money to buy its own government's bonds. It sounds like a scam, right? But it's how they control how much money is flowing through the veins of the economy. At this point, you're probably asking, if the government can just print money and buy its own debt, why don't they just print $39 trillion and call it even? 2 words. Venezuela and Zimbabwe. Money isn't actually wealth. It's just a measuring stick for value. If you suddenly print a mountain of money, but you haven't produced more bread, more cars, or more houses, the money just becomes less valuable. That's inflation. If the US printed its way out, your life savings wouldn't buy you a cup of coffee by Tuesday. Here is the simple truth that feels deep. Most countries don't want to be debt-free. If a country has zero debt, it means they aren't investing. If borrowing $1 billion today allows a country to build a massive tech hub that generates $10 billion in taxes over the next decade, that debt was a genius move. The problem isn't the having of debt, it's the cost of the debt. As long as the economy grows faster than the interest on the loan, the illusion stays alive. The danger only comes when the world stops believing the IOU is worth the paper it's printed on. So who do countries owe? They owe you, they owe each other, and they owe the future. The global economy isn't a pile of gold in a vault. It's a massive, invisible web of promises. And as long as we all keep believing in those promises, the world keeps spinning. But the moment that belief shatters, that's when the what if becomes a reality. If you found this dive into the trillion-dollar illusion helpful, hit the like button. It tells the algorithm this content matters. Thanks for watching Simple But Deep. We'll see you in the next one.